If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to the Low Scale Gaming podcast for the week of February 8th, 2019. I'm your host, Ghostland's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage.
Hi.
How y'all doing this week?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. My voice is still kind of gone a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was last week. So
you definitely sound a whole lot better than last week.
I feel a whole lot better than last week. Like that Saturday, or what? Did we record on Saturday? We recorded on Friday last week.
Oh Lord, I don't even remember.
It was whatever the next day. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. Cough, cough, cough.
I still have a cough. That's the only thing. But whatever that next day that like we re-recorded or whatever, I slept like I want to say almost 14 hours. Like, God. Solid. It felt so good. I think I woke up once just because I was just like, felt like I was like in a desert because I snore really loudly and I needed to drink some water. But other than that, like I slept. It felt so good.
Well,
Mage, how was your week?
Honestly, it's been kind of boring. I had already changed my schedule with Best Buy for my new job, but they can't start me on my new job till the 19th because that's the beginning of the pay period. So It's just been like, well, I have minimal hours with Best Buy and a lot of time off. So I've been doing a lot of like cleaning, honestly. Been keeping myself busy.
I mean,
that's good.
Whatever keeps you busy.
Yeah, whatever keeps you busy, man. Pretty much. I've been having a good week. Like what was it? I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever. Or no, it was Monday. A bunch of my 5th and 6th grader kids were just like, "Hey, we want to switch to basketball," and I'm just like, that's A-okay with me if that's A-okay with Coach. And he like gave him a talking to. He's like, "You're not," because these kids. So my 5th and 6th grade kids have just been like the whole year, mind you, not the 2 months where the dude wasn't there, but the whole year. They would just go to music class and they would just sit there and talk and draw. And that's what they were used to. And then whenever I got there, they were mad at me because they had to do stuff.
Yep.
So I'm just like, what? Like, you want to just sit here and talk the whole time? She was like, yeah, one of them was just like, yeah, that's all we're used to doing anyway. So what's the big deal? And it was just like, I'm not gonna blow up on these kids. They're babies. I'm not gonna blow up on these babies like this. And so I was just like, I talked to the principal and he was like, what do I do about this? And she didn't really help me much. I'm not gonna lie. She was just like, well, you just need to try to do this and this. And I did everything she suggested and it didn't work. Whatever. They were even more mad that they had to doing stuff. So I was like, whatever. They're used to doing nothing. We'll go sit in the gym and do nothing and watch everybody play basketball. So in that class I had about, let's say, probably about a little bit close to 20 probably. So I had 8 kids switch over to basketball. And I'm just like, cool, that means I have 12 kids now? That's cool, whatever. And then the principal told me, he was like, if you get less people in there like next year, yeah, you could totally bring instruments down and they could start doing instruments. That's fine. I'm just like, so I wonder if she'll let me start doing instruments now since I only have 12 kids there. Well, she sure did. And I got all 12 of them kids on an instrument today. And like today was the first day we were doing it. Like on Wednesday and Thursday, I was putting them on their instruments that they would do. Like, I was having flutes do the head joint test to be like, hey, can you put a sound through this? 3 of them did. I was like, cool, you're on flute. Then I moved to the trumpet mouthpiece because I didn't want to do clarinet. I saved clarinet for dead last because I didn't want to have to waste reeds. So, but I had a kid want to do saxophone. Or I had a sixth grader was like, "Hey, can I do a saxophone?" I was just like, "Are you going to be in band next year, like in the middle school?" And he was like, probably." I was like, "I need like a dedicated yes or no if you want to do saxophone." He was like, "Well, why is that?" I was like, "Because I don't have a saxophone player up there, and I would sure love to have one. So if you're gonna be on saxophone, I want you to be like on saxophone for like a while."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool. What I always want to do, I want to do jazz stuff too." I was like, "Okay, you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself because I don't want to do jazz stuff." but I was like,
now you're going to the territory that I don't want to touch. So
yeah, it was like, man, we'll get there maybe. All right, so kids almost a natural on it. He's just like, I'm putting it down. He's picking it up like exactly what to do. I was like, "Can you make a sound with this?" And I make the stupid duck sound with the with just the mouthpiece and the reed together. And he's like, oh yeah, I can do that or whatever does it. I was like, so then I put it into the neck. I was like, "Can you make this sound?" And it makes it too right after me. Like I hardly had to explain it to him what he had to do, and he did it. I'm just like, oh, this is such a good day. Like Wednesdays were my week actually started because Monday and Tuesday I was just like, I want to go live on the streets. But and so I got 3 flutes, 3 clarinets, 3 trumpets, a trombone player, and a saxophone, and a kid on percussion.
All right.
So that's a pretty good mix, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for as small a group as you've got, like,
and it's mainly I wanted flutes that I got 2 flutes that will be going from 6th grade to 7th grade, and I don't have any flutes in my band now, so that would actually be a lot of help right there.
Yeah, and then you can train them, and they can do what you want them to do, and have your mentality.
Yeah, exactly, and not. I got another thing. So we was at that basketball game like 2 weeks ago or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I told them, I was like, "You cut off when I cut off," and one of the clarinetists was just like, "Well, Mr. Blah 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 told us just fade out," and it was like 3rd quarter of the boys' game, and I was already like done with her because she was giving me attitude the whole day, and I was just like, "He's not here anymore. This is my show. You do what I tell you to do." And that was probably like a really bad way to go about things, but mainly because like all the other clarinets around her was just like, "Oh, he told you, oh," and I was just like, "Oh, that's not the reaction I wanted at all."
No.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have to have those kind of moments. Like,
yeah. But it happens, I guess.
But she didn't talk back to you for the rest of the day.
No, then she called her mom and left.
Oh, now I'm sad.
So then I only gave her
half credit.
I gave her no, not half credit. I gave her a 3/4 credit.
Oh.
Because she left at the beginning of 4th quarter. So
yeah.
I mean, is that not okay?
No, that's totally what I would do. Like, you get credit for being there the entire time, and you weren't there the entire time. So
yeah, okay, good. So I'm glad I'm in the right there.
If you would have even given her any credit, like, I don't know.
No, I wasn't gonna be that bad with it. I also have another update about remember the clarinet girl I was telling you, the other one I was telling you about that was gonna be out for a month. She's actually not going to be now. She was just like, "I never told you I was going to be out for a month. I said I might have been," and I'm just like, "Well, you might have freaked me out then because I need you guys to be a full section playing at contests." But she gets her dentist work done next Thursday, and she can't play that Friday. But that Monday after we come back for TMEA, she can play again. I was like, "Okay, that's fine. You could take 2 days and do your own thing. I'm not gonna I'm not going to do anything about that.
I'm not going to be here anyway.
So yeah,
kids are dumb, man.
Oh man, I got too many stories to tell about. Where are we at with time? Because I want to tell another story too.
Straight up 10 minutes.
Straight up 10 minutes. All right, I'm gonna tell one more story and then we'll talk. Okay, so today on Fridays we have combined elective classes with PE and music, and that just means it's the third PE period for them. Whatever, it's for like the first through fourth grade. No problem at all. Friday is my favorite day because I get to wear jeans and I only basically work half a day.
Yeah.
And so we go to PE class, and me and the coach are sitting there, and these kids are just they're playing kickball today, and these kids are just so awful at kickball. Like, it is hysterically bad, or hysterically just funny how bad these kids are at kickball.
Okay.
I literally had one kid catch the ball with his glasses, and like it just dinged him right in the eye.
That sounds painful.
It was just like,
oh,
I was probably addicted to the kid. I probably shouldn't have been, but I was just like, hey, it would be a lot easier if you caught the ball with your hands and not with your eye socket. and me and the coach are just like sitting there, and we were just, it was just like, a lot of these, like some of these kids are really athletic. Like they just boom the ball across the in the gym, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool. All right. And then we have one that just sits there, looked at the ball, look at it go in between her arms, and look at it hit the floor right next to her. like it was like an old, like slow time, like an old black and white video of this just happening picture for picture. And it's like, how do you not move to get in front of the ball? It's like, it is my favorite day just because we go in there and we just. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of the kids are really good at it, and some of the kids are just like
bad.
I'm not. They're bad at it. Sports are not their forte. They're probably musicians.
Yeah. Band kids for a reason.
And I'm more than happy to have them in band. But yeah. All right. I've rambled on. I've rambled like 3 stories into one thing. Yeah. So. Let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. Inferior Mage, we haven't heard from you much today. What is your fail of the week?
Honestly, I don't know. I really haven't had much of a fail-worthy week. It's just kind of been a week. Maybe that's the fail. It's like I just felt like kind of unproductive, even though I really was productive this week. I don't know. Just one of those weeks, man. It was just kind of a week. Not good, not bad. It was just a week.
All right.
I'll go with Go ahead, Jones. I feel like your story's going to be a little bit longer than mine.
Yeah,
so I like hearing.
You've shared your story. And I've got to vent.
Yeah. Okay. So I got kind of 2 with this one. The first, they're both that happened today. So I learned in my 8th hour that my 8th graders are going on a field trip on Monday, and they're not going to be there all day. And I was like, wait, what? What? This is literally the 3rd time that I have heard from students that they're not going to be there, and it's like an official school thing.
No.
And nobody from the office has told me, not even a freaking email. They're just like, oh, hey, we're going to be gone. Like, wait, what?
Why?
They gave you a school calendar?
Yeah, no, I don't even have that. I have an ad for like the days that the ad kids are going to be gone for like their like shows and stuff. But I don't have one for like a basic like school calendar.
I would go talk to your superintendent secretary
They're the same person. The secretary at the high school is the secretary for the super. The super is in the next. Like I'm at a small school. The super is in the next room next to the principal.
Okay, so I would go make best friends with. Is it a lady?
Oh yeah, she's a nice lady. I love her to death.
Yeah, I would definitely go make best friends with her because that secretary has saved my butt many a times. And
yeah, she walked me through ordering like the scores and stuff, so they would be there Monday.
Yeah, I would ask her about if there's an email, like a list where they just like email all of the staff at one time.
There is. They've done it before with like, hey, we're having a meeting or whatever, or here's a way to get $100 or something, like some raffle thing. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But no, like, hey, these kids are going on a field trip.
I would go throw a fuss with the principal. Just like a, hey, I need to know what's going on kind of fuss. Not a super mad fuss, but like, because that directly affects you because, I mean, one, you're only going to be there 3 days next week, but
yeah,
that's a whole day that they lose because you had no idea that you're not prepared for. You should have better prepared them
like,
to be
so my 8th grade, for my 8th hour, that's all of my percussions except for one. That's one of my the good trombone. That's my baritone. Yes, my baritone kid's gonna be gone. Let's see who else.
Do you not like your baritone kid?
No, he's. And one of my trumpet ones is gone. And that, yeah. So
I guess I should criticize you, but I understand.
Criticize me about what?
Oh, about this, like that, just like that feeling about one particular student.
You don't understand, Mage. You do not.
No, I understand. That's why I'm not criticizing you about it. But I was like, it's like that might be criticize worthy, but I also get it.
Okay,
some kids you just don't get along with.
He plays tenor clef, baritone, right? And I was just like, hey, you need to start learning bass clef. You're not playing trumpet anymore. This isn't 7th grade. You're gonna start
treble clef.
He plays treble clef.
He said tenor clef. I was like, what?
Did I say tenor clef? I'm sorry, I meant treble clef. But
I'm more impressed that he started tenor clef.
I'm just like, hey, you're gonna be switching to bass clef. And he's like, no, I'm not. I was like, okay, after concert season, you're switching, or after contest, you're switching to bass clef. And he's like, why? I was like, because you're a concert pitch instrument, and it'll be easier for me to figure out what you're playing, and it'll be easier for you to know exactly what pitch you're playing instead of having to read trumpet notes on the baritone. He's like, well, I'm more comfortable playing it that way. And I was like, I don't care about comfort. I'm caring about what's better. And learning bass clef is better than than playing it as a trumpet. And he's just, okay, whatever. So there's one day it was this week before it was like Tuesday, I think. There's a couple of them that come in early and practice, whatever. And he my tuba is warming up and like doing her stuff right with the tuner. And he's like, can I use your tuner real quick? And he was like, oh, wait, I can't use this tuner. It's tuned to bass clef.
Double face palm.
Just let that sit in. Even though it's a regular tuner, set to 440 hertz, but it's in bass clef because it's reading. He's playing what he thinks is a G, which is actually an F. And it just like killed me inside. Like,
good guy, that baritone player. Good guy.
Oh, it was Monday morning. That's why I had such a bad, because that's how I started my Monday morning at 7:43 in the morning.
It's like, this is the exact reason why I asked you to switch to bass.
Yes. Okay. So my other story is I'm currently so I ordered a TV from Walmart today. I went to the Walmart and I was like, oh hey, I can get this 50-inch 4K TV for $298. Like, hell yeah, I'll get that. That's a good price for a 4K TV, right? For one that's like that big. Am I right or am I wrong?
What size did you say it was?
It's a 50-inch.
Yeah, $250 is a good price.
No, $298.
It's getting bigger and cheaper.
I mean, that's still a good price.
Yeah, like it's less than $300. Like I was expecting, like whatever, and it's a smart TV too, and it's a 4K screen. So I was just like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll get that, whatever. I was like looking at it online. It was like 300, like 298, and it's available at the Walmart where I'm at, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I go look for it. I find the exact one, and they go and ring it up, and it's like 358 or whatever. I'm just like, wait a minute, it's on your app saying this is 298, and they was just like, oh well, in store it's 290 or it's 358. If you're gonna order it online, you need to order it online. And I'm just like, it says I can pick it up today if I order it online. And it's like, so there's nothing I can do about it. And it's like, are you?
So you have to order it online. They have to move it to the service center. You have to go pick it up from them over there. And
that just sounds like Walmart's freaking dumb because they should be able to.
Yes, it is.
Because we do that stuff all the time at Best Buy. Like we price match it to our online stuff. Like unless it's specifically like an online promotion, but we wouldn't be selling that in the store anyway.
Like and it was like available for pickup for today, whatever. So like,
did you end up ordering it online?
I went up ordering it online, and it was just like you can't pick it up until afternoon tomorrow. And I'm just like, I was at this point where I just wanted to go home because it was like we got home a little bit at 8, so it was like at 6. It was at 7:00 whenever I was at that Walmart, and I'm just like, dude, I just want to go home. And I just want to go home. I'm not going to fight with these people anymore. I've had a long day because I had to go fight with my father and my stepmother all day about getting my little brother. Like, I've had a rough day. Like, it was like I had a good day, like at school, but I was texting my mom or my stepmother and my father all day about coming to get my brother. And they was like, no, you don't have to come get him, whatever. It'll be fine, which I wanted to come get him. So 4:30 rolls around, and they're just like, hey, why aren't you here to get your brother? And like, what do you mean? You told me not to come get him. And this is in the middle of me eating my Buffalo Wild Wings because I was just like, payday, I'm going to treat myself. And I got a big old like 20-piece wing and a big old thing of wedges. Man, I was like in hog heaven. And I was just sitting there eating. I was gross eating. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I deserve this. This is all me, baby. And they were just like, why aren't you coming to get him? Where are you? I was like, I'm sitting at home, like, devouring these wings. Like, whew, these wings were naughty, and I was tearing them up. Like.
They were naughty.
That is description. Jesus.
Like, I was so hungry. Like oh man, it was good eating. But then I went to get my little brother, and then I went to the Walmart, and now I'm home, and I'm really tired. I kind of want to go to sleep, but here we are.
Doing the thing.
I've taken up a lot of this today just by me telling random stories of my week. I'm sorry that like my week's been really eventful. Garden Jones, what is your fail of the week?
My fail is more junior high. Stupid.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Today was just a god awful day. Like everything that could have made me mad today. Like the kids come
and I guess it didn't help with me like blowing up your phone at 3:00.
Yeah, so like the class that gets on my nerves the most goes from 2:45 to 3:30, and Ghost gets out of school at 3:00. So at 3:03, I get 47 text messages in a row, and I want to throw my phone at the nearest child.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that the last hour was your worst. I really didn't know that. Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was before lunch. No. That was your worst hour. But now I know, so I won't text you until like 3:33.
Like 4 o'clock.
Or 3:30. 3:33 when you're 3 minutes out of class. Because the reason why I text Conan so much today is on Wednesday next week he's coming to clinic my band, and I did some recordings today, and I sent all the recordings to him through Facebook Messenger after the bell rang, and I was like, oh, okay. he'll get back to me whenever he does. It's not a big deal. I wasn't expecting him to get back to me as ASAP, and then he was just like, and then I didn't realize I was making him mad. I'm sorry I made you mad. Or added to your anger, excuse me.
Nah, you're good. So, like, I've been waiting on getting this new piece of music in, like, all week. But because of the gonorrhea syphilis that's going through the school, like, I think the other day we had 58 students out from elementary to high school, which is like an eighth of the campus.
Good Lord.
No, my mom's school, they had such a flu outbreak that they actually closed the building today just to have a sanitation come and clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean up the school just in case.
Yeah.
Because I think like 60 students were out or something like that. It was ridiculous. Or maybe it was 60%. I don't know. It was a lot of students.
Yeah. So, like, I filled out the paperwork to turn this stuff in on Tuesday. And then I got busy and just forgot to take it up there. So then I tried to take it to him Wednesday. And the high school principal, the guy who signs all my paperwork, was out that day he was either sick or had a meeting or he was gone all day. So I couldn't turn it in. Or I turned it in, but he wasn't there to approve it, put his signature on anything. Right. So I was just kind of waiting for it. Okay, so he shows up on Thursday. I was like, all right, cool. He's here. He's going to sign the stuff. I can go, and the superintendent lady can give me the credit card. I can order the stuff from Pepper. Because it's just doing the e-print, whatever. Because I was like, I don't want to wait for it. I just want to pay for it, print it, have it done, pass it out kind of deal. And he's there on Thursday, signs it. I walk down there. Superintendent lady who handles all of that is not there that day. She's like, oh, she'll be here after lunch. I was like, okay, I'll make that work. So I go in after lunch. Oh, I guess she decided not to come back. So didn't get anything on Thursday. Everybody was there today, so I finally got everything going today. I was excited. I was like, okay, I found it was crap, what's the song called? So it was from Fast and Furious 7. It's been on the radio. Crap. Anyway, it's a song the kids know, and that's a popular song. And I was like, that's, something like that is going to get them to buy in more than just some quote unquote standard band lit. So I was like, all right, I'll bite the bullet. I'll get it. We'll learn it. We'll get them hooked into this a little bit more. And you would have thought that I was asking them to play Stravinsky's Firebird or something. Like, it was a god-awful nightmare. I've got two of those guys that come in and try to help me, and one of them got caught up doing something. So it was just two of us in there, and the guy that's there is worthless. I'll say it like that. And I have to do literally everything for 70 kids. And it's like they were in the office. There were like 10 of them in the office with him. And they were just in there sitting around hanging out. And I walked in and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I need you guys out here. Like, we're having class. Let's go. And I walked back out and I started working with the group again. And I heard this trumpet girl from the office through 2 cinder block walls and 2 semi-soundproof doors blasting her instrument. And it was loud enough that I thought she was standing next to me. And I just lost my mind. And I walked in there. And I was like banging my fist against the cinder block wall. And it's just like, I do not care what you're doing. Get out, get out, get out. And they all kind of looked at me. And I was like, I am not joking. And it's like that rage where your voice is shaking and your stomach is clenched.
Oh,
and it's like
the Conan the Barbarian rage was upon him.
And this girl who pushes everybody's buttons for the sake of pushing their buttons was running her mouth as she was leaving the office. And I said, I just put your instrument up, just go straight to the principal. I get out of my room. Do not come back. I do not want to see you again. get out. And like, it was just, and like now my blood pressure is like through the roof, just kind of reliving it. So after school, I was talking with the guy, and I was just like, dude, we can't do this, blah, 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 blah. So wife come over, and we left, and we had to go to the grocery store to get some stuff for dinner. And I was like, you know, today was a crap day. I'm going to treat myself. So we got a Dr. Pepper, and I got one of those like little bags of like fruit chews. And I was like, okay, I haven't had a bag of these in a long time. I don't want a candy bar, like little like Welch's fruit chews. Like, okay, I can get down on this. And got in the car.
Yeah, those things are pretty delicious.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. So got in the car, trying to open them up. Blood pressure, like I can still feel my blood pumping in my fingers because that's how pissed off I am. And the thing wouldn't open, so I'm trying to open, and the freaking bag just explodes. And I have gummies everywhere in my car, and I fucking lost my mind. And
start yelling.
Oh, like I floored it out of that parking lot. Like my wife.
When was this?
This was at like 3:50 something.
Today?
Like, yeah.
Oh my god!
No,
I'm
like
sorry.
if we would have recorded anytime before like 7:00, I would have told you guys go to hell. I'm going to bed. Like, because that's how mad I've been.
That's awful.
Ladies and gentlemen, man,
like if today wasn't Friday, I would not go. Like the only thing that's keeping me at this job is that they're talking about changing that class up. If that was not on the table, I would not be returning. That is why this school cannot keep a director.
Wait. They're talking about what?
How they're changing up my schedule, changing up that class. Yeah. And it's like, if that wasn't on the table, I would not be returning. And I was like, this one class is set up to fail and will kill this program into the dirt. Because you cannot, this is not feasible. No matter how well equipped or how backed they are, a teacher is, you cannot have that many kids in a room doing one thing without.
Don't you have like 50 kids almost?
I've got 70 kids.
Jesus Christ.
7th and 8th graders. 70. Half of, I would probably say maybe 5/8 of which don't want to be there in the first place, are only there because band is the only option.
Every kid or whatever?
Huh?
Don't you have to have like every kid or something like that?
I only have, I think there's only one junior high kid I don't have, and it's because she has to go to like therapy, something to do with like her 504 or something, like she's got like speech therapy or something like that. And the only time she can go is during band class. So I've only got one junior high kid that I don't have. Every other junior high kid I have.
Dude, that's rough McGruff.
Yeah.
Like,
so now that I've got my blood pressure back up, that's my fail.
I'm sorry you had a bad day, Conan Jones. I'm sorry I kind of added to it unintentionally at 3:03 p.m. and I did not mean to make you that mad.
That was just kind of like another stick, but I kind of just shrugged it off because I was like, I know he doesn't know, and I know this how he texts regardless, and even if when I tell him that it pisses me off, he does it more.
I don't mean to text like that. It's just I send a sentence and I text. Like it's not. It's just. It feels weird having to send a whole paragraph. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Like,
but that's how I am. I would rather.
Hey, TMEA's next week.
Literally the only thing that's kept me going this week. Like, I just like this time next week, I'll be in a conference. Like, I'll be in San Antonio.
Conference.
No, I was going through and looking at my schedule that I put on the app, and I'm just like, I'm going to lots of things, and I'm going to lots of concerts, and I was looking at like the list or the program for some of those concerts, and I was like, I'm freaking jazzed for this concert. And like
which one is it? The North Texas one?
Yeah, there's a UNT concert. There was one, I think, like A&M's Wind Ensemble has one.
Whatever concert you're going to, I'll go to as long as it's not at the same time as the stuff that I had marked down.
Yeah, they're all in the evening.
Okay, yeah, I'm game to go with whatever.
But then go ahead.
I'm there to have fun and like to learn what I need to learn about elementary music, and also have good drinks.
Yeah, I say. On that note, my road rep came in the other day, and he was telling me that a lot of people from my region go to this particular Irish pub that's on the Riverwalk that apparently has really good hurricanes that are
oh my God,
really strong but don't taste like rum.
Oh
and I
my
was
God,
like,
Conan.
everything you just told me makes me wish it was next week already.
We're probably gonna have to get an Uber back to the.
That's gonna be an expensive Uber, but because it's like a 10-minute drive. But
it would be. So how long are we gonna be there? We're gonna be there Wednesday night.
We're coming home Sunday afternoon.
Sunday morning,
yeah,
or Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we check out Sunday morning.
Okay, so then we'd probably get. Okay, so Wednesday night we probably won't do much.
It's going to be like 11:30, 12 o'clock before we show up down there.
Yeah, so we probably won't do much. Thursday, we'll probably go out. Friday, we're
probably not Thursday night because the fraternity stuff.
The concert, that's right, and the fraternity stuff
is after
Friday night though. Friday night though.
Yeah,
it's Saturday night. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, Mage, you should have come with us.
Yeah, man, go with us.
Well, have fun, guys.
I will.
Good. Sounds like you two need it a little bit.
Oh my God, man. You're not even joking.
Not lying. I've been teaching for 4 weeks, and I already want to switch my major. Can we go back? Can we go back 8 years when I first started college?
We should splice it. We should splice in week 1 Ghost, where he's talking about how much he loves his school, to week 4 Ghost, he's like, God, I hate everybody.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate everybody. That's not true. I don't hate everybody.
No, but I was just like, the contrast.
I feel what you're saying, though. All right, we're probably at like the 25-minute mark. Am I right?
Nope.
35.
37:45.
Jesus Christ. All right, so let's go jump into topic 1 at 37 minutes. So this week we got, Conan Jones, what do we got?
How to do sight reading. We started talking about it last week, and it's like, let's save it for next week.
All right. Conan Jones, this is kind of your area, because I feel like I haven't been too good with it so far.
I've actually only sight read with my high school group once, just because I've been diving into actual pieces, and I saw this afternoon, and cool. I was like, oh crap, I probably need to be sight reading more. But what I've done in the past is not quite follow a quote unquote system. I just tell them what to look for, and it's just kind of start at the top of the page and work their way down. And it's like, okay, you need to look, first off, make sure you have the correct music for your instrument. And I was like, baritone person, make sure it's bass clef and not treble clef. Percussion people, make sure you have the right percussion parts. If for some reason horns, you have a trumpet part, you need to raise your hand because something's not right. Second deal, look at the title, look at your key, like time signature, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Texas has a weird thing. They restructured their sight reading stuff, which I need to actually read up on more. But
what do you mean a weird thing?
Because for Oklahoma, you just have a 7-minute period, and it's just free for all. You just do whatever you want, and within the restraint, the rules.
My only thing that I know for sure is that as soon as somebody plays a note, you have to start playing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know.
Yeah. So in Oklahoma, the director can do pretty much anything the entire time. You're just restricted to the 7 minutes, and you've got to do what you got to do in that time frame. In
Can you
Texas,
say so I haven't this will be my first year doing this. Can I say measure markings
during the
playing
during the reading
during
or
the
the playing?
during the playing?
They have to be like the big rehearsal mark. So like
That's
box
that's
A.
fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
But as in
Okay,
like
that's
here's
that's so much help.
34, here's 35. Like no.
No, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's good to
like
know.
with Texas in the prep period, you have 3 minutes worth of like I don't remember what the terminology is, but you can't the director really can't help it all. But then the last little bit, the director can jump in more and help. So it's to make the kids have to know all of the stuff, and it's
Right.
like because
That seems
I counted everything in Oklahoma, and I was like, you have to know how to count your part, and we're counting out loud, finger along, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, that I haven't done any sort of counting. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have just been like going through the stars method
Yeah,
and then just and then having them play it. Wow, I'm an idiot. God, it's amazing how I have a job.
but in Texas,
Well,
the kid,
did your first job.
yeah,
I know, but
like the kids can't count out loud in Texas. Like everything has to be in their head. Like the kids can't
That
make a
seems
sound. Period.
that seems unnecessarily hard.
Right.
it is Texas. They do
Like,
expect a lot more from musicians.
well, I'm not saying like. I'm just saying that like that seems like they're making it harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with
It's-
the statement.
There's one thing to expect more, and there's one thing to like handicap yourself, kind of a deal.
I wouldn't say it's a handicap. It's more of just like expecting kids to be better musicians. But I see the point of it. I don't agree with it, but I see the point of it.
Because it really just handicaps programs like mine that's been a revolving door for directors who have not had a single consistent idea. Like, because what I think is important is not what the guy before me thought, is not what the guy before him thought, which is not what the guy before him thought. So now it's like my seniors,
those schools that haven't had like a sense of consistency,
right?
Workout kind of deal.
My thing is, I've only had one of my senior really give me fits about stuff. Other than that, all my other like seniors have been really like understanding of what's going on and everything. So I guess I'm lucky with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really had that much issue. People being upset that I'm changing things up completely. I have actually had a lot of people be happy about like that. We're making good changes and stuff.
Yeah, with those smaller schools, like I know, as far as like when my dad went to a really small school, like at the very beginning, like a lot of those parents are just happy that they have a teacher that actually tries.
Right.
Kind of a deal.
Well, I mean, I really like being here. Like, I know I was just saying I hate kids like just now, but I actually really like being here. Like, it's a nice...
it's okay to hate kids sometimes. Like, but you wouldn't be doing the job that you're doing if you hated kids all the time.
Yeah.
Or didn't want them to learn. Let me chime in a little bit on this sight reading thing.
Right.
There's a saying that I think applies, at least when I have talked to other band directors about that.
Mm-hmm.
Is repetition is the mother of learning. Whereas, like, just keep doing it. Like every day, something. Like make it a part of a routine. And
yeah, that's kind of what I'm.
Because honestly,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, when I've observed, because I've done a couple of like I've actually helped judge one competition. I think for I think I did that for Mr. Miller one time, but when I didn't judge. Sorry, I was shuffling people in and everything else. But one thing that I learned is that you could definitely tell the difference between kids that have done that and students that haven't. And
sight reading?
Yeah, sight reading.
Right.
And main thing is that if students aren't used to sight reading, they start panicking and they do worse. So it's one of those things. Just get them used to it. It's like if you're afraid of heights, and have never ridden a roller coaster before, the first time is always the hardest, kind of a deal. But the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Oh, dude, I hate roller coasters.
Yeah, I know, but it was just an example.
No, I mean it's a good example. I hate roller coasters. I'm scared of heights. I'm fat. Yeah. Gravity works.
I know. I used to be really scared of heights, but like the first time I rolled a roller coaster was really hard. But I didn't hate it, and then the more I rode roller coasters, it was a lot easier because I was used to it. And I feel like with sight reading especially, it's kind of the same thing. Because sight reading is something new every single time. It's a different piece of music that they've never seen before. It's not like with rehearsal where you're like just kind of like really hashing out parts and everything. With sight reading, it's on the students. It's not really on you. So when it's on the students, make them do it as many times as possible so that way they're familiar with it.
Well, now I kind of feel bad because I feel really dumb now because I haven't done any sort of like counting. Like I've just had them look at it and play it. Like after we stars it. I feel really stupid right now. Like I don't know why I was like that at all.
I mean, it's fine. You made a mistake. It happens to everybody. It's kind of one of those things that you just like, now that you know, add it into the routine. And it might actually be easier that you to add one more thing to the routine than just leaving it off kind of deal. Like, just adding one to the routine shouldn't throw anybody off.
Yeah. And it's,
hopefully just...
Yeah.
I don't know, but hopefully we get better at it next week. Because now I feel a lot better. Just like about not feeling so dumb about messing up sight reading. But like for the most part, we've been doing pretty decent with sight reading. There's been a couple of issues with like the trombones. But for the most part, I think things have been okay.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind, though, is that you're also sight reading with them, like the score. Now, the scores it's usually like easy level 1 type stuff, so it's not too big a deal, but it might not hurt to practice that on your own, too.
Okay, so we was, what we sight on yesterday, we sight read Fantasia on the Dargon. If you don't know what that piece is, it's a variation on the second movement of Second Suite in F, and it's actually kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie. And I was just like, but they did it really well. Like I was mad at like how well they did it, and then just like kind of did everything else really badly. Hello?
No, I was listening. I thought you weren't done with your thought.
Yeah, it sounded like there was more to it, so I was...
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'm being a bad teacher.
Oh, well, I mean, it's your first year. You're going to make mistakes. That's kind of the thing that you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Conan Jones is still making mistakes, and he's, 4 years into it?
Yeah.
Not saying that you're making mistakes, but like you're having issues with your junior high. I mean, stuff like that happens.
Yeah, you get progressively better and you figure out how to deal with issues, but no matter how long you teach, it's never going to be perfect because kids are not perfect.
I know, but I am perfect. Okay. I'm a perfectionist.
Okay, you keep telling yourself that, Ghost.
I am a perfectionist.
You said you were perfect earlier.
Oh, I meant to say that I was a perfectionist. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
It's fine. All right. That was a good discussion, I think.
So just keep at it, pretty much, is what we got going on there.
I mean, honestly, that like you have your stars method, make sure you add rhythm to it, and just keep repeating, over and over again. Your kids used to it. Make your kids know the routine when they have sight read music out, and once they got the routine down, when it comes to actual competition time, they know what to do. So whether they play it well or not, at least you know that they have the good, solid foundation.
Right. That's what I'm hoping, like that. I don't know if we'll actually get there, but hopefully we will. I want to go back to state. That's my biggest thing, is I want to go back to state. Because that's like the expectations, is make it the state contest again. And I mean, it sucks that that's the expectations on me for being first year, but I mean, it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, work with what you got.
I mean, they're good kids, but today we did recordings, and man, can't you listen to any of them recordings?
Yeah, I listened to a little bit of them whenever I got home.
Oh, man, it sounded awful. I'm not gonna lie.
After I calmed down, I kind of forgot about it. So
yeah, they sounded. I'm not, and it like I've never had those issues before that we had today. I've never had tuning it. Like maybe I've had a couple tuning issues, but nothing like.
You know why?
That major. Why?
Because that cold front came in.
It's kind of what I was thinking too.
And your heater probably doesn't kick on in the band room until like 6 o'clock. So they've been freezing all night and just a little bit of stuff in the morning, because your afternoon class was probably a little better in tune than your first hour.
No, my first hour was the one that was more in tune. Those first ones I sent you was from first hour.
Boy, that cold front though was super. It's still really cold.
Yeah, it's super cold. Right. Like I'm okay with it being cold, but yeah, it was bad. Anyways, all right. Go to moving to topic 2.
Yeah.
Where are we at with time? So how much I can ramble about this?
We're at 51:57.
All right, I won't ramble too long about this. It's we're going to talk about Apex Legends. It's the new MMO, or not new MMO. It's the new Battle Royale game that released by the same people that created Titanfall and published by EA, which is the only kind of bad thing about this thing, that I kind of don't like playing it. But it's a new Battle Royale game that's it's like Mage had the best way to describe it is that the combination between Overwatch and Blackout from Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But where it's a first-person shooter, but it's still a Battle Royale mode. I've had a lot of fun playing it. It came out on Tuesday, and I've played it a little bit. I haven't had much time to play it, but it's pretty fun. I like Battle Royale games. Cooter Jones, I know you don't like Battle Royale games.
It's on Origin. Oh, sorry, I've got a sneeze coming up. Jump to Mage real fast.
Mage, I know. Have you ever played Fortnite?
No, I never played Fortnite, but I did play Call of Duty Blackout.
Yeah.
So
I haven't played Blackout
yet. I actually really like Blackout, but I have seen a lot of videos over Apex Legends, even though I haven't played it yet. I didn't really like. We had this discussion before we started the podcast, and I was like, "What platform is it even on?" Because I wasn't sure, because I hadn't really looked that hard into it.
It's on. I know it's on PlayStation 4. I think it's on PC, I think it's on Xbox.
Everything.
Yeah, it should be on everything but Switch, pretty much, right?
Yeah, PC. It's on the ones that matter.
hey now.
Switch to Smash Bros, man.
I'll probably buy a Switch next month.
Yeah, Switch just seems like a lot of fun.
It does.
Just the party mode and stuff. But anyway, from what I saw of Apex Legends, it looked really cool, and I really like Titanfall. I have played Titanfall.
Well, I've never played Titanfall, but it looked really cool. I never played Titanfall because the first one was only on Xbox, and then I didn't want to play the first one without playing the second one, or play the second one without playing the first one. That's why I never played Titanfall 2, even though it was released on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I mean, both were really good games, and getting into Titans is really cool. And it's set in the actual universe of Titanfall, so it's not like if you're a fan of the Titanfall games, that matters to you,
Right.
because there's actually kind of like an overarching, not really a plot,
Connection.
like the universe kind of thing is the same.
Right.
So,
that's cool.
Which is neat.
The stuff that I'm kind of looking at on it, it looks pretty cool, but
like Ninjas, I think you would like it because I know you don't like Fortnite, and you don't like Fortnite because you don't like the building and stuff in it, right?
Like, I don't know. And
you also don't like that it's cartoony. I know you don't like cartoony stuff too. That's right. This one's more like, I would think it's kind of more realistic, kind of. It's a little,
it's like
a grittier art style like Call of Duty.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt like it was like a realistic, as in like Borderlands realistic, like with like the
okay, yeah, that's a better analogy for it. It looks like I don't know if Conan ever played any of the Borderlands games though.
I think I played a very little bit of number 1, and it was just like enough to. I think it was like a demo or something like that, and it wasn't enough for me to get hooked on it and appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's how I was with Anthem, so I completely understand that.
Yeah, some people like Borderlands has like that cult following and everything. People love those games, but with this one, I think the coolest part about Apex Legends for me is that each character, because you don't just play like just some rando, you pick your like class or whatever,
right?
And I think what's cool is that in your team of 3, you can like synergize what your abilities are, which makes the engaging for Apex Legends like a lot smoother, or like even traversing, because like there's like a wraith that has like
that's who I've been using,
and you can teleport behind your another person or whatever.
They make she doesn't teleport so much. She makes portals that she can go through, kind of like Symmetra's portals.
Oh, yeah.
And you can like go like she makes an initial one, and then she'll make another one that you could like portal back and forth.
Yeah, and there's like,
but yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I really like that because it's not just like some kind of battle royale where it's like you get the best guns and you win type deal. There's a lot of strategy involved in that, and also like that if you lose a guy in a firefight, like on your team, but you
this is a cool idea too.
You can grab your guy that you lost dog tags and go to a station and revive them, even if they full on died.
Yeah, it's cool. Like you have like, I think it's like, because the first time I played, I died and my teammates did that. I think you have like 90 seconds or something from your death, like you're like permadeath, whatever, to get back to for somebody to like check your gear or whatever for it. It's a really cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, which I especially like because when I was playing Blackout, like if one guy dies, but you were in like a team of 4 or whatever, I can't remember what the teams are in Blackout actually now that I think about it, but if one guy dies, then they're just stuck watching the rest of the team for the entire match, and that could take like 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, it's so annoying.
And you feel useless because you're not participating. Well, in Apex Legends, they kind of fixed that, where like you do like they have that timer between when you pick up the dog tags and when like how long it takes between the firefight and when you pick up the dog tags.
Yeah,
but the fact that
it's a reasonable amount of time, I think. Like I feel like it's a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah. If it's 90 seconds, then yeah, I think it's a very reasonable amount of time. Because like you don't want it to be like, oh, they can revive you anytime, because then the matches would never end.
Right.
But the fact that you can, like, if you just like he dies, you kill the 2 guys, you grab their dog tags and go revive. And it takes a few seconds to revive them too, so that way if there's another team that could be scoping out that station, waiting for someone to revive their ally, they can take you there too. So it's not like it's easy to revive them, but it's also possible. So that way, the guy that dies doesn't feel useless the rest of the game if your team's doing well, and
it's it's a good risk and reward factor with it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's from most of the videos that I've watched of it and the people reviewing it, it seems like almost everyone likes it. And like
I like it. Like
it seems like it's on some good footing.
The only bad thing I can say about this game is that it's published by EA. And EA does not have a good track record with anything so far. Like, they don't have a good track record with Battlefront. They don't have a good track record with Battlefield. They don't have a good track record with Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm really skeptical about Anthem. So it's EA's kind of, everybody talks about EA. Yeah, you tread carefully is basically what it is. Apex Legends is a good game so far, and I'm probably going to go play it after we get off this podcast.
One thing I did see about it was that even though it's published by EA, that the developer said that EA didn't have any hand on it.
That's good.
At all. So right now, it's the game is set out exactly how the developers wanted it. And you buy stuff for cosmetics, but at least it's no pay to win stuff, and it's free to play. So that's also another good reason to get it right now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have it download tonight.
Well, that's good. I think it'll be good.
Let me see how it is. All right. So yeah, we're sitting a little over the hour mark. I'm gonna jump into number 3.
That's good. We can start closing it out now. Let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Imperial Mage, what is your win of the week?
Just that I did my drug testing and everything for my DHS job, and I'm all good. Background checks cleared. I'm not a bad person, and I'm not a druggie. Surprise, surprise.
Who'd have thunk?
And so I start the 19th, which is my win of the week. So
nice.
That's an official start date. I have the paperwork to sign for my insurance stuff that I'm going to be getting for the state because I have like a $650 allowance.
You get the same insurance that I get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look at it because there's a bunch of paperwork for it. So I'm not just going to circle the most expensive thing or whatever. Won't get what I need.
To be fair, I didn't really sign up for much of it because I get all that through the tribal healthcare stuff.
Yeah, but even the tribal healthcare, they really like it when you have health insurance.
Yeah, I know. But
I know that pharmacies will give you drugs depending whether you have health insurance or not. It's kind of crappy, but if you have health insurance, you get better stuff, kind of deal.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, anyways, me and Conan Jones going to have the same win of the week. Man, TMEA is next week, and it's going to be a good time. I mean, also my win of the week is I get to see Conan Tuesday, and I haven't seen him in 2 months, and I miss my best friend.
Who do you get to see?
Conan Jones.
Oh.
You kind of dropped out there for just a second.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah, right when you said his name, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
I get to see my best friend Conan Jones, and I miss him.
And they can have a marvelous bromance together that night, and then leave.
And then Valentine's Day is the next day, and I really want to text his wife and be like, "I'm spending Valentine's Day with your husband. How does that make you?"
I have yet to spend Valentine's Day with my wife.
I feel like that might make her mad, and I don't want to make her mad. Because then that would affect Conan Jones. In turn, that would affect me, because then he would be mad.
We're gonna celebrate tomorrow. We're going to Amarillo for dinner, and probably gonna go watch the new Lego movie.
Oh, that's cool. Where are you gonna go eat at? Are you gonna go eat at Big Tex?
No, not Big Tex. So
You can go eat that 72-ounce steak, Conan Jones.
no,
I believe that you could do it, Conan. You got to try.
no, I'm okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
She asked some people from the school of some places in Amarillo that are like specific to Amarillo, because that's not just like chains like Olive Garden or Red Lobster. Like I want something that's just like specific to the area.
Yeah.
I think we've got a list of stuff. We actually probably need to figure that out in the morning. So,
have you scoped out any like food places to go to in San Antonio?
There's not really much you can go wrong with. There's a place right next to the hotel we're at that has amazing drinks.
Awesome.
I
was more mean. So when I go on vacation, the two things I try to find the most is not so much like tourist things, and this is the fat kid in me talking about it. Is I like going to like good food places that are like from the local place, and a place where I can get a good drink.
I know for me, especially when I was little, I never went out to eat a whole lot. It feels like super special when I get to go and like sit at a nice restaurant and eat and stuff.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I love like, I'm a big guy. We're all big guys on this podcast. It could be the heavy scale gaming podcast for all I care. But I love food. I like if we like transition this into like a food podcast one time, I'd be okay with that. Just to...
I know. I don't know if San Antonio has one, but Dallas has a Papa Do's.
Yeah. Papa Do's is good.
Is it Italian food?
It's
like seafood and.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Are we going to Dallas?
No.
No, we're not, because we're going through. Oh yeah, we're probably taking back roads there, huh?
Papa Do's is a chain, but yeah, we're taking back roads.
Dude, I love Papa Do's though. It's so good.
Type the address of our hotel into the Discord.
All right, let me find it.
Just because I'm gonna do a search from my location on.
Now, listeners, next week if you see Conan or Ghost at a restaurant,
all right.
Oh yeah, we're just,
say hi to them.
Are we gonna have? Is your assistant going to be like our third wheel, or is he gonna like do his own thing?
I'm not really sure.
Is he gonna feel bad that I'm like that? He's like third wheel now.
I mean, I pretty much warned him. I was like, whenever we get to the thing, we're pretty much going our separate ways. And he was like, yeah, because he was like, I'm doing all the elementary stuff, and I figured that I would do the band stuff. So,
oh man, that means I'm gonna. Maybe I'll get along with this guy.
He's easy to get along with. He's a good guy.
But is it easy for me to get along with him?
No one's easy for you to get along with, Ghost.
That's why Conan Jones knows me the best out of everybody on this planet. So that's why I'm seeing what he knows with it.
I mean, to be honest, you don't even have to talk to him. So.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to be in the same hotel as.
Oh, that's actually saying it's faster to go through Dallas.
What? Ooh.
You might be able to hit Papa Do's up.
No, Conan Jones is gonna want to get straight there.
Okay, that actually makes me feel better, because from where I am, from Panhandle going straight down, it's all back roads, and I was like, God, I really don't want to do back roads that late at night. I'm much more comfortable being on 35, like. So that actually makes me feel pretty good.
So from my house to San Antonio, it's saying take back roads.
I just typed in your town to the hotel, and it's put me on 35 going to
35, going down through Fort Worth, and then going down to Austin,
Waco, Austin,
and then San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay, because I guess the way that I have picked, it's only like a 10 minutes difference, so it's not that big of a deal.
And also, I have it on that tolls are okay.
Oh, do I? Yeah, I have tolls. I have tolls that's okay on mine too.
Oh,
but hey, that's fine. I don't have any problem with it. I'd much rather be going on I-35 and that for that extra. It's 9 minutes faster to go the way that I have. So that's perfectly fine to go on I-35. But that's 6 hours of driving.
Yeah, and I would rather be on 35. So whenever we have to stop and get gas or food or something, we actually
no, I got
choices,
you. That's
so.
I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. I would
also,
say
with back roads, you never know if you're just going to be stuck behind some person that's driving 30 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good to be going that way. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a fun little trip. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'll post live updates all week. Unless I'm driving, then I probably won't. Then Conan Jones can do live updates.
Live updates, especially when you're driving.
No, do not text and drive
the entire way.
Texting and driving is bad. Don't listen to Mage.
I'm just gonna put up Snapchat videos of what we're listening to while we're driving down the road, because that's the best thing to do on Snapchat, right? That's what everybody likes to see.
When I get those, I'm just like,
yeah.
I never respond to them. I just look at them and I'm just like, you're really sending me this? Like, I said either.
You gotta take a picture. You have to record your radio, like the actual radio screen.
Oh my god, it's the worst.
And then, while the music's playing, and then flip it to your face, and it has you mock singing with the song.
Yeah.
God.
Every time.
Basic white people is what Mage is saying.
Okay.
But no, it's going to be good next week. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have our first in-studio recording of our podcast. And Mage can join in if he's not at work, or he can join in regardless. It's going to be a good time.
During work.
During work, it don't matter. You can bring in that one chick that yelled at you. It don't matter. You're like, hey, don't be yelling at my good friend Mage. He's a good chap.
He's a good chap.
All right.
Well, thanks, Ghost. I appreciate it.
All right, let's go. So, we're good for this week? I think we're good this week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on our social media at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Low Scale Gaming. We're back on Spotify and iTunes because we was able to pay for it finally.
We finally got our paychecks in.
Yep. If you have any questions or a subject you want to talk about, shoot us an email or on the next take two. If you have a question or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or shoot us an email at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. But thank you guys again, and remember, have a great day and have a better tomorrow.